Japan, Part 111, Nelson. Uniform National Standards. Until the end of World War II, the Japanese Ministry of Education wrote the textbooks for each subject in each grade. After the war, a new set of guidelines was established by the Allied occupation to provide a more democratic orientation for compulsory education. Compulsory education in Japan is measured not by age but by completing the ninth grade, although in fact virtually all students complete it at age 15. Some of the guidelines for course content were influenced by American educators from states like California and New York, which had similar statewide guidelines. After the occupation, the Japanese Ministry of Education kept the democratic thrust but prepared even more detailed book-length guidelines for the essential of curriculum. Gakushu Shidu Yoriyo, officially translated course of study of elementary and lower secondary and upper secondary schools in the country. In the elementary school, course of study includes Japanese language, social studies, arithmetic, science, music, arts, handicraft, homemaking, and physical education. In junior high school, it covers Japanese language, social studies, mathematics, science, music, fine arts, health, physical education, industrial arts, homemaking, and foreign language. The curriculum is quite comprehensive by American standard, including political and moral issues, physical training, the arts, vocational information, and world affairs, as well as basic academic subject matter. In preparing the course of study, 20 of the nation's leading educators for each subject weighed various alternatives to determine the nature of skills that students should be expected to acquire. In addition to setting overall objectives and listing for their specific topics to be covered, they provided suggestions for teaching methods. The course of study was first completed in 1958, and the revisions were made in 1968 and 1978. The 1968 volumes have been translated into English. Other specialized handbooks provide suggestions for the use of audio, visual, and other materials. For example, goals for the second grade student include the following: to listen with delight to a story or juvenile tale, to hear a story considering the sequence of matters involved, to convey a message without missing its vital point, to speak to all the audience with a clear voice, to speak considering the sequence of the matters involved, to speak in response to the content of other parties' statement. A common practice for developing confidence in speaking positively in front of a class begins by asking students simply to call out present in a loud, firm voice. Then at a later time to go on speaking loudly and clearly on small matters they are certain to know the answer to. Then move on to slightly more complicated matters. The objectives for the study of geography for lower secondary schools are, through studies of various regions of Japan and the world, to have pupils seek foundations for geographical views, considerations, take cognizance of our country from a broad viewpoint, and understand the importance of making advanced and rational use of the land, thereby cultivating an attitude of endeavoring to develop the country. 2. To help them realize that they are both regional peculiarities and common features in every geographical phenomenon, consider the geographical condition accountable for them, and establish foundation for proper understanding of each region in the people's lives.